In London, we have a lot of this plant. If you go by the railway, you'll see a lot of it. We call it Buddleia bush. There's a bush here that grows in London, a plant, that it doesn't grow in the earth. It grows in the wall, between the bricks. It doesn't need much soil. It doesn't need, plant food. It takes moisture from the bricks. It just grows. It's not pretty particularly, but at a certain time when it's season, it produces these fantastic flowers. When it produces these flowers, all the butterflies come from everywhere to come and be in this bush. It's not a pretty plant. It doesn't need loving, tender care. It's not like a daffodil or something like that. It's like this. And I say that, in a way, our consciousness has got to be a bit like Buddleia consciousness. It doesn't matter where it is, it will always be strong and pure.
Are your teachings against teachings of the most popular spiritual leader, Jesus Christ?
Against? Of course not. It cannot be against. It cannot be against any true teaching. There are not many truths. There are many expressions of truth, but there's not many truths. It's all the same one. You see? It might be different in its expression, but with any intelligent being inside the heart sees and knows, but it is the same.
If he was pointing to the same reality of freedom and happiness inside you, inside human being, why there is so much misunderstanding and clinging to some pictorial symbolism?
The pictures and the symbols are not in themselves bad. If it's used correctly, they can actually help to somehow focus the attention and to bring it into a kind of meditative state. But if it is used like a kind of talisman or something, if it is used like a sort of, oh, this is it and so on, then even that for a while is okay, because it will change, it will grow. We have to mature. Some people, they have very little understanding about these things, but gradually they can grow, and some of them can grow very quickly, can come very quickly if they are rightly guided. So I don't want to say that in itself this is bad. What is important is that if there is openness, everything is possible. If it's open, there's openness, everything is possible. You see, because for a while there are some dogmas in religion, in politics, in every aspect of human expression. And sometimes also people are lazy, or they don't know any different, So they're doing the best they can, and they don't know any different. There's not a voice, a fresh voice to speak with them about these things. Some people for a while, they are comfortable with not knowing too much. And some of them, some people will manipulate people who don't know anything. That's when the kind of political aspects of some people come to manipulate. All of these mixtures are there in the world, you see. But if there is inside a real urge and search for truth, you will find it, or it will find you, like this. You cannot ask people to let go of what they are used to hold on to something that they don't know anything about. It has to somehow guide and bring a living example to them. You see? This is what is really missing sometimes. That many people speak it, but they are not themselves it. people want to see a living example, an embodiment of this. When Jesus Christ was speaking, and they asked him about the truth, he says, I am the truth. They ask him, I am the way, show us a way, I am the way. He's saying, learn from me. When you realize the truth, you are the truth. The truth is not something you're going to get and catch. You realize, but I am that truth. And there's no blasphemy, there's no arrogance about it. But what way we should follow? He says, I am the way. When you discover, he says, but your I amness is the way. When you say I, that I really means consciousness. It doesn't mean personality. And it is discovering itself that it's not just a personality, it's something much deeper, much greater than personality. When we realize this thing, then you don't have to keep running about. You come to a place of stillness, of peace, of joy.
Some people are afraid to investigate different religions or different spiritual teachings because of the fear of their own God's anger. Even in Decalogue it says, you shall have no others gods before me.
Decalogue is
Decalogue.
Ten Commandments.
Ten Commandments, okay, yeah.
You shall have no other gods before me. Can you comment on that?
Consciousness in its very immature stage, when it is identified only with the body and with conditioning and with tradition, can be sometimes deeply superstitious and fearful, in the beginning. And out of this fear, there's a feeling or a concept that the God will be very angry with you if you leave this thing. But that's more, the church will be angry with you, not God. God is not angry with anybody. You see, the God means love and wisdom and truth and freedom. It's not about judgment. I think some people, they created a manipulated scripture to satisfy their own evil intention. Sometimes it's been like this, and all over the world at different times, to control people, because basically people are stupid, So they're easy to tell them, this thing is going to do. They tell you, these people are threatening you, so let's get rid of them. And they want to do like this. I mean, not, it's a testimony that a human being who doesn't know themselves is basically a stupid being. Easy manipulated. They tell you what to think, and you start to think like this. So there is a lot of this, and there is a wisdom in accepting that we are stupid, actually. Even saying, actually, I have been very stupid because I believe so many things. Also I believe them also because my family even told me, and I see that they're also stupid. It's not insult, it's just being honest. So it's not like we were all these great wise people. Many times we couldn't bother to challenge what was offered to you. But that's part of the evolution of consciousness. Then slowly we begin to, especially when some fresh energy comes, some fresh insights come, then the people can begin to contemplate a little bit. They're not dominated so much, they have a bit more freedom to think and to investigate their own feelings. Then things become more open and possible. There's a very broad statement, and it's a very broad truth, Here is God is speaking as truth, that there should not be not truth in terms of commandments. The commandments themselves are not truth. They were given broadly. These same 10 commandments are broadly showing up in every society, in every religion. These commandments are there, basic fundamental commandments like this. But they are not themselves only the truth. And this statement, "Thou shalt have no other gods apart from me," it means just that to be unified in your understanding. Don't keep going from door to door. Don't try. Don't go into imagination. The God can be found inside your own self also. It has to be there. And if you are guided to do your own meditation, contemplation, especially someone can help, you will discover what you discover in Israel is the same thing you will discover in Japan, the same thing you will discover in America, the same thing you will discover in Africa. It's the same thing. You'll come to a place of unicity, of peace, of stillness, a place beyond your ego. And that is really, then instinctively, you'll know that somehow I am with God. You can feel like this. You don't know how you came like this feeling. There's a saying, the one who is searching for God finds himself. The one who is searching for himself finds God. So if any search is true, it will take you not to religion, not to a lot of things to learn and lots of rules. It will take you to peace and freedom. It will take you to a life of spontaneity, of joy and compassion and of unicity and harmony. For everyone, it's like this. You go and find those who have realized the self from any religion, any path. See them all together. Take off their clothes, okay? And you'll not know who is Buddhist, who is Christian, who is a Roman Catholic, who is this one. If they have found the truth, you will not know what religion they are. They will all feel very peaceful, and they'll get along with each other very well. You see, like this. So religion is something else. It's more. True religion is not different from what I'm speaking, actually. But many times religion takes on new layers of human qualities. So in a sense, it is said that God made human beings in God's image. But sometimes human beings are making God in human's image. We have our own version, you see. So the real discovery must be inside. And then you discover the God who is beyond image, which is not different from yourself. And there's no arrogance about this. It's pure. It's pure and perfect.